Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Epic Snuggle Bunny, and we're going to take a look at some new leather goods. So I got in a couple new wallets from Das Offene Meer Leather, and that is Michael over there. And again, I've done a couple videos on his wallets. I've actually only been carrying his wallets for about a year now, and he is active Navy, and so everything, from the names of his wallets to kind of the inspiration of his wallets comes from his military service. So anyways, let's take a look at two new models. This one here is called the Topsider. This one here is called the Houbei. I'm butchering that. You can see there's links down in the description box below if you want to go to his website and look at all of this stuff, of course. And then here was the wallet that I was carrying previously. This is the Nimitz. As you can see, this thing's been well loved, well carried. So we'll go through, show you guys the differences, the new designs here. I'll try to point out kind of what I like or dislike about each. In reality, I like all the designs. They're just different, and so it really comes down to personal preference. So let's move some of the stuff out of the way here. And the wallet that put Michael on the map was called the Gun Deck, and I gave mine away quite some time ago, but it's essentially this wallet here, but it uses one single piece of leather instead of two. The Nimitz here has two pieces of leather, and the thing that was really unique about it is it's one folded over piece of leather, one slot of stitching, and maximum strength, lifetime use. There are tons and tons of videos on the Gun Deck you guys can go find, but he did create a version that had two pieces of leather and thus created extra pockets. And yeah, I carry this one, so there's lint and crap all over it, but that gives you a 5-pocket wallet, still maintaining kind of that minimalist small footprint, and it uses kind of the fold over flap here. I have absolutely loved this design. So now he created some, again, same basic idea, but a vertical orientation. So we'll start with the Topsider, which again is the Gun Deck, but done in a vertical format. So you have one piece of leather that has been folded over, and you just have one row of stitching. And so again, you get a small minimalist wallet, tiny footprint. Let's pull out a credit card here. So this is one credit card, and that's essentially how big the wallet is. So very small footprint, but again, one piece of leather, one row of stitching, maximum strength. Leathers he's using are Italian Buttero, the highest quality leathers. I think it's like Tigart threading. It's, again, the highest, quality threading you can get for these things. And then he's doing everything by hand. I think he just got a stamp to cut out the leather for his shapes to save some time. But, the finish work, the assembly, the stitching, that's all done by hand. And again, it's really is the highest quality in kind of every regard. So let's see here. So here's the Topsider. When you fold the one piece of leather over, you end up with two pockets, and then the premise of this one is that you can get bills in here. So let's fill this thing up. I'm gonna grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's grab. So I've got 3 cards here in each. So let's put 3 in the front pocket, 3 in the back pocket. I think 6 cards is probably reasonable for most people. And then we've got some cash. Let's find the middle here. And the premise is that if you're someone who carries cash or uses cash a lot, what you can do is basically you don't have to fold the dollars in half. You have them just in here normally, and then as you close the wallet and you fold over, your cash is safely tucked away, and then you can open it up, pull out some cash, pay whatever you need to, and you just close the wallet back up. So again, pretty cool feature. I think it's an ingenious variation of the Gun Deck design, and it creates some additional functionality for those of you who are potentially heavy cash users or use a lot of cash. So anyways, that's kind of what this one, the design was intended for. So, I think as far as the dimensions while we're here on this one, 4 inches tall by 3.2 inches wide, and then is thick, or what is that, maybe like quarter of an inch. I mean, if you, again, the premise of a minimalist wallet is let's keep the footprint small. I mean, if you want to jam as many cards as you can here, you're certainly welcome to. I think what Michael said is you can get like up to 10 cards in here and quite a bit of cash, or as much as like 25 bills and 6 credit cards is what he shoved into this thing. So, me, I'd prefer to keep it slim, but I mean, you could potentially get that many, cards and cash in here. I've got 6 and I had 5 bills by way of example, which again, I think is reasonable. Anyways, let me stop rambling about that, but man, that leather is gorgeous. My wife has already tried to claim this one. We'll see if I let her have it. And now here's the one that I've been carrying. So love the design, but just like with the Nimitz, I really, really like the additional pocket on the back, because it's where I keep my debit card, which is what I used to pay for 99.9% of all purchases. I only use cash as emergency, which is why I've got just 20s, is because I don't really plan on using it unless I need to use it as an emergency option. So anyways, so essentially what you have here is a vertical form of the Nimitz, and it's called the Houbei. So you have 2 pieces of leather instead of 1. Again, still 1 area of stitching, still designed for maximum strength. But the 2 pieces of leather give you a couple things. One, variation in design and color, and this black and red is freaking gorgeous. I'm definitely enamored by this color combination here. But you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 different pockets. So let's grab, again, we'll put various cards in each pocket here, and for this one, what do we got 6 cards, 7, 8, 9. If you have 9 cards, you can do this. Then the cash, we're going to shove in the back. And then again, the premise is you can just go ahead, center this a little bit better. It's a little bit tight with 9 in there. At least, it's still unbroken in. I've been carrying it for a couple weeks, but this leather is really high quality, so it'll take a little while to break in completely. The other thing is this leather has a little bit of a strong scent initially, so give it like a week and the scent is gone, but it's just probably from the leather treatment process. So there we go. Now I've got those completely seated. Shove all the cards back in. Again, 9 cards is what we're doing here. Yeah, I don't like that. It's a little tight for example purposes. We're going back to 6. So anyways, again, that goes like so, and then you have your debit card in the back pocket here, and this is exactly how I have been using it. Well, one caveat, since I only use cash for emergencies, I still fold it in half and just shove it down in the back, like so, and then I have, my various cards here, and then again, I always keep my debit card in the back, which is so nice because, again, it's just going in and out of this pocket just all day long. You can already see where it's indented and so forth. But kind of some of the differences here between the Nimitz and the Houbei. The vertical orientation does let you fan out the cards quite a bit easier, which makes accessing a specific card less of a chore. Not that this is a bad design by any means, but when you've got a horizontal orientation like so, and they sit a bit deeper, the cards aren't flexing, so you have to kind of reach in there, find the right one, and grab it and pull it out that way. This one, the cards fan a little bit more, so you can kind of bend them a little bit, find what you need, pull it out. So that's, I guess, one design difference. The other is that with this one, you end up with 5 pockets because of the folds of the leather. With this one, you end up with 4. Again, so slight differences. With this one, we did a high cut because this was designed as a cash strap. But again, since I rarely use cash as my form of payment, I would just shove, my debit card in like so, and then I just pull it out, and that worked really, really well for me. However, you know, for single access card, obviously the vertical orientation here is a lot nicer. Now, he could probably cut this one down a little bit shorter so that you have easier access to the card, but, you know, again, this one I ordered quite a while ago. I love it. But anyway, so those are some of the differences here between the two designs. You know, they both carry essentially the same. I mean, you know, one's a little bit wider, one's a, you know, if we're looking at it this way, looking at it this way, you know, very, very slight differences. You really can't tell a difference in the pocket, to be honest, but I guess it just depends on how you like to access things. So that is Nimitz, older design, still very worthwhile. Topsider, a new design, and the Houbei, the other new design. I would, if you guys are card users, I would definitely go for the extra strap or extra piece of leather on the back and get a little more creative with the coloring and so forth. But this is, I certainly prefer the two-piece constructions as opposed to the one. But again, if you have very few cards and, you know, you like to be, you know, as thin and small as possible, then the gun deck or the Topsider would potentially work better. All right, so some other things going on with Das Offene Meer. Michael is doing charity auctions on Instagram every so often, and with those he's using like leather, you know, some like limited quantity leathers, trying to make it interesting, but all the profit goes to charity. So his time, his material cost, everything, it all just goes to charity, which is awesome. So, you know, there may be a wallet that comes up to that charity auction that he won't be doing at any other time as far as the material combination and stuff. So definitely follow him on Instagram if you want to get in on one of those charity auctions, because again, all the money's going to charity. He's done his research and chosen very worthwhile charities that are not, you know, taking a ton off the top for administrative costs. But anyways, the other thing is there is a discount code, which is ESB10 or Epic Snuggle Bunny 10 that you can use if you want 10% off your order. Now, if you don't want to use the discount code because you think Michael, you know, deserves every penny that he sells his wallets for, then more power to you. I get no kickbacks for the discount code. So if you use it, great. If you don't, I don't care. You'll just put more money in Michael's pocket. So I'm happy with all the above. Doesn't matter. Anyways, that is a look at some of the new leather from Das Offene Meer. Quality is phenomenal. I really like Michael. I think he's a great dude, and highly recommend that you check out his designs and his wallets because they will honestly will last a lifetime. So thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, more videos to come, and you can follow me on Instagram for daily content as well. Take care.